I know.
The worst of all emotions.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Podcast Zero. This episode is supported by our patrons.
Today on this episode, before we introduce the pastries,
Oh, you're right. We want to introduce what we're doing.
Yeah, let's tell them what we're doing.
You like to tell people what we're doing.
Yeah, I
didn't put it in the notes the right way.
Oh, I don't read the notes. I don't read the game notes. But yeah, we're going to break down the song Tapestry from the album Scurrilous. And going through it, I forgot all the spicy little nuggets in here. There's a lot
of them?
I mean, I was just learning to write lyrics at this point, remembering how to write lyrics and doing a not so good job of it, but I buried a lot of little nuggies in here. Like, there's some obvious ones, but there's some less obvious ones.
I like that. I'll
spill the deets. You don't like that?
I like it. We're going to get into it. No, I do like it. I like when there's nuggies.
There's little nuggies. Steak nuggets.
Ew.
What?
What's a steak nugget?
You just cut a little bit of steak up, cook it up. It's a steak nugget.
Like, is it breaded?
No.
Oh.
You could, though. That'd be good, too.
Our patrons are people.
Yeah, and you sound really excited to read them.
Roscoe, I'm Lou Lamorello's Razor Blade, and I am so tired. TBJ, Yuri Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops.
That was the one name?
That was the one name. TBJ, Yuri Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops. Mitch, Aaron MFJ, Viva Hate, Dimitri, Timpod, the Picklecast Sack. Sorry, I left it like that for another week, Fritzy. I meant to change it to Unwilling Victim of Farts.
Unwilling Victim of Farts. I've said that in fucking, I think it's Clarity for like ever.
Yeah. Allie, Benjamin, Taylor, Dave the Film Guy, Jake, Bob, Josh, and Steven Exposure, Progtoff. Amelia Earhart lives in Rhodey's basement. Julia, Girth Brooks, Foolish Bale. I'd like to teach the world to scrams. In perfect cacophony, I'd like to buy the world a chode and keep it old Fritzy.
I feel like that's something that I should understand, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to teach the world to... I don't know. Brett Boss Blackwood. Yes, I'd be a Newfoundlander. By Spitgoth. Yo, absolutely the best podcast, a work in progress. Do you think zebras are consciously aware of how weird they look? I'm genuinely wondering. Sebastodon has won an all-inclusive vacation to Newfoundland paid for entirely by Rhodey.
What?
Apparently, you are giving Sebastodon an all-inclusive vacation to Newfoundland.
I can't afford shit, dude. I have $0.
I swallow cum is a result of a spray fart. Peg position is search for the poop. Rob the anti-human. Peggy Thrill. Siri, can you take me higher to a place with golden streams?
Can you take me higher?
You'll need to unlock your iPad first.
I made Siri Australian.
Oh, nice. Mine's South African.
My eyes, the goggles, they do nothing. Phi or Phi, common thread. The rat that formerly lived in Rhodey's butthole now lives in his beanbag chair. Zane, Rhodey loves my dink. I said, fuck it, Rhodey. It's going in this hole.
What?
I said, fuck it, Rhodey. It's going in this hole.
Is that supposed to be you speaking?
I guess. The Economist. This week's episode sponsored by Mushy, who asked me to read all PTH lyrics in chronological order. So here we go.
Oh my God. Where do you start?
I mean, chronological order?
Yeah.
I don't have access to the lyrics for stuff before a calculated use of sound.
Oh, I don't even know if there is stuff before that. Yeah, there is.
Zach, the Final Dan, Cage Pandas, Cornman, Jeffrey, Give Us the Country, Rhodey, TBJ, Yuri Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops. Oh, I can breathe again. I can fucking breathe again.
You heard any new music lately before we get into this?
my God. Shut up.
You need to unlock your Wi-Fi.
I'm not unlocking my iPhone.
Oh no, Rick.
It's trying to steal my identity. Siri's trying to steal my identity. She's gonna say it again. I hate her. New music. No, I've been listening to a lot of old music lately. Actually,
yeah.
I was listening to Snapcase.
Okay. So
The
pretty new.
The Caboose, the album that has Caboose on it.
Yeah, what year did that come out?
It's,
The year was 1971.
1997, I think. Maybe before that. Maybe 95. And then a band called Have Heart came on.
Oh yeah, I like Have Heart, dude.
I didn't know them before. I really liked it.
Yeah.
They've been broken up for like 20 years.
Yeah. I've recently seen videos of them performing live. The videos look too high quality to be.
Oh, maybe they've gotten back together like many bands do these days. Where they're, reunion shows and stuff like that. 20th anniversary of an album.
Yeah, Have Heart's
reunion
good.
stuff.
It's good.
Yeah.
Now there's a new Architects song. Like I guess their album dropped.
Oh.
But I just heard this song that they did it's called House of Protection.
Okay.
And who it is Eric and Prada, the drummer of Night Verses. And I believe he goes by Stevis. I imagine his name is Steve, but like formerly of The Chariot, formerly of Cancer Bats, formerly of Fever 333. Like they are the two pieces of Fever 333 that left.
Right.
Man, it's a really interesting Architect song. It's like kind of like a hardcore song with like a pop chorus or something, and then just like a huge breakdown. It's really interesting, man. I feel like
I wish we could listen to music on the podcast. I wish we like play music and whatever, but then the YouTube goes, ew.
Yeah, but I would recommend checking it out.
I will.
It's pretty cool. I don't know. I really liked it. And then I also heard the new Callous Cowboys.
Oh, there's new Callous Cowboys.
Yeah, they released 2 songs, and it is one continuous music video. The 2 songs are quite different. The first song, they sort of peel back a little and rely on a little bit more traditional structure with just like a little bit of the craziness that they exhibit so well. And the second song is just like balls to the walls, like pure Callous Cowboys, like where they excel. Both songs are awesome, but when you put them together, it like really shows all the spots that they shine. It's wonderful. And the music video is 1 for 2 songs. It's very entertaining.
That's wild that it's one music video for 2 songs.
Yeah, it's a well done concept. I texted Carson afterwards, said, "Hey man, I just saw the new video. Awesome stuff." No response. So that's where I'm at these days.
He is now super blown up.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough.
No. I can't even text him. He blocked me.
Did he block
he blocked me. Yeah. He blocked me because he was just like, I have to, all these peons that I've met on my way up.
He got too big, man. He got too big for you. And it's fair.
Yeah, it is fair.
Once you get pretty big like that,
you got to leave everybody else in the dust.
First move is block Fritzy. Unblock him on your way back down.
Mm-hmm. That's fine with me. I'm happy to be a consolation prize.
So shall we get into this song?
We shall.
What the fuck?
I did want to mention we are migrating our merch store
to
a new platform. So if you have bookmarked if you love our merch so much that you bookmarked the URL
That's literally
for the
no
merch
one.
store, it's going to stop working. There will be a new one, and we'll post it out where it all is, but it should make it a lot easier for us to like integrate it into YouTube, and so you'll be able to like get to our merch store way easier than you can now. And the products will be roughly the same products on the store. And so hoping that like people who aren't necessarily like dialed into the Patreon, which is where you go to get it now, like we can put it in Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all the different places.
And we can do a giveaway.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. The giveaways and promo codes and all that stuff is way easier. Yeah, it's going to make that whole process fantastic. So keep an eye out for announcements on the new link. You'll see it coming.
Let's do a giveaway right now.
You want to?
Yeah.
What do you want to give away?
What's the smallest, shittiest piece of merch?
We have a thing called 2 logos, 1 cup. It's a mug with both logos on it.
Okay, let's give away one of those right now.
Okay.
Comments on YouTube. What do they have to do? What does the comment on YouTube have to be? I like my instinct is like stupidest thing, but then I'm thinking about like looking through a bunch of stupid comments and being like, fuck you all.
How about best guest that we've had on an episode so far? And why? You're like your favorite guest and why?
Okay. And whose ever response we like the best is going to get a fucking
mug. Yeah.
Sick. I back
cool.
it. Leave that comment either on fucking Patreon or YouTube. Yep. Actually, you know what? Stick it on specifically the YouTube, or else I'll never see it.
Yeah. YouTube's a good spot for it.
We'll announce it next week.
Also, before we get into the song, PTH news, there is a tour.
And it's sneaking up.
Protest the Hero tour coming up. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you fucking waffles, get your tickets.
It's true.
Get tickets. Go to the show. You go to protestthehero.ca and you can get the ticket. Like, just click on the tour thing and then you can see the dates and you can click the button. It'll take you right to the spot where you can buy the tickets. Just buy some tickets.
Yeah. I think this will be the last time we're in the United States for quite some time.
Yeah. Because they're closing the borders, clearly.
Yeah. We are.
Or you, who knows? Next time you guys want to tour the US, you might be part of it.
I fucking no, we will not be. I will not. This is fucking, that is, watching the fucking the Four Nation Cup, there was nothing more infuriating than Americans saying 51st state. It was just like, yeah, this thing is like kind of not a joke to us.
Yeah.
Like, I am not a nationalist. I'm not patriotic in any way, but I'm so glad the fucking United States team lost because it felt like we were fighting for our sovereignty. And like this fucking 51st state shit is, like, it's obviously about the minerals in the country. I have noticed Trump has stopped saying that our health care will improve because obviously that is not true. Yeah. But yeah, no, we do not want to be part of America in any sense.
No, I don't want you to be part of America either. I need to know that Canada is there for when it gets so bad here. I need a place to run away to.
Yeah. I want to fucking run away from North America.
Did you remember Handmaid's Tale?
Did I remember to watch it?
Did you watch it or read it?
No, I wanted to, and then Cage was like, no, we can't watch this now. It's too real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, it freaked me the hell out when I watched it years ago. Mm-hmm. And, but Canada, it was like the savior for the people, like, trying to get away.
Oh.
So, like, that was
again?
like when that was when I was like, oh,
Like
yeah,
the Underground Railroad?
Yeah, always.
Not that. You know what? I think the Underground Railroad gives Canada too much credit.
You think?
The Underground Railroad itself was not like fucking white savior Canadians. Just like wasn't as bad here, as far as I understand it.
Yeah. Tapestry.
Let's get into the song.
Tapestry. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, and then Riff comes and goes, wow, 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 wow. Here, you sing the riff, I'll do the bass.
What?
You sing the riff, I'll do the bass.
I can't do it. Is that it?
That's it. Keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Is it a blood meat callback, or is it I like doing these scatty vocally things?
Is that in here?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No. Where?
I don't know. Are you gonna make
Oh,
me,
yeah,
like,
it is in. Oh, it was, yeah. You know how Metallica did King Nothing right after they did King Nothing on Load after Enter Sandman?
Yeah.
And they were like, this is like Load's Enter Sandman.
Right.
And then
that was the idea.
Retrospectively, you're like, oh, it's so much worse than Enter Sandman. It's like not even in the same universe.
Okay.
That's what this is like. This is like, oh yeah.
I just didn't know if it was intentional to be like I'm intentionally calling back to Blood Meat for this specific reason, or if it's this is a technique and a musical thing that was very popular on the last album, and it seems to be something people like, and like it's fun to do. Like we could do it on this record.
Yeah, it's kind of both.
Okay.
But in the same, after I did it that second time and it came out, I was like, yeah, that was fucking jacked up. Like nobody ever said anything. Like, in fact, I think this is the first time anyone's ever even mentioned it. That's why I forgot.
Oh, great.
I remember that part was somewhere on Scurrilous, but it's so forgettable. But yeah, I was trying to I've always been disgustingly self-referential. Just going people liked that. I'm going to do it here. Like there is a part on the new stuff where I'm singing something and the background vocals we did not track. We did not track these yet. And I'm going to have to fucking do it when we get back together. But they sing self-referential bullshit. This goes self-referential bullshit as I'm fucking being self-referential. But yeah, retrospectively, I think that it sucked. It just wasn't executed very well.
I thought it was executed pretty well, and it was different enough, right? It wasn't exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you should do it more.
Okay.
You should do it in every song.
So I thought there was some really funny stuff. I just looked up the lyrics on Genius.
Mm-hmm.
And of course it's not loading now. But there was some either someone is trying to fucking get me on here with some of this stuff, or it's hard to say, Fritzy. This is a really just gonna turn my little VPN off here so that maybe things load a little faster.
Maybe
because they know how you can click on the lyrics.
Yeah, and it says
and whatever. So obviously the very first part of it is about getting older and being sort of like a drunk, being a little waste of skin and feeling like life is
passing you
meaningless and
by.
passing
what
you
have
by.
what have I accomplished?
But when it gets to the line, Cam's hair just keeps falling out and Chris just keeps getting fatter.
Yeah.
It's highlighted and you can click on it, and someone has written, Cam now plays bass for them and produced Volition. He is bald. Cam did not like that line, by the way.
I'm sure he didn't.
Yeah. He was not fully bald at the time of Scurrilous. He was kind of just like, yo, you're not going to actually do that. And I remember
said,
being in the
"Of course
studio, and Chris was like, that rules, I think. But I remember being in the booth and being like talking to Juice and being like, so Cam didn't want me to do this next line. And he was like, Juice was like, oh, what is it? And I was like, Cam's hair just keeps falling out. And Juice was like, oh, you gotta do it. No, I seem like I'm blaming that on Juice, which I certainly am not. Like, the words are literally coming out of my mouth.
Part in.
But I think, if I remember correctly, which it was a long time ago, Cam initially was like, yo, don't fucking do that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Because, especially then, but still kind of now, I'm an asshole.
Do you remember writing the lyrics?
Yeah, sorta. Not really. I remember singing some parts of it.
In the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can sort of recall where I was.
Sure.
Like, I was living in an apartment at Yonge and Davisville. And I had to, like, do all the vocals really quietly because I was living in an apartment. Like, people were everywhere. And so, like, I just had to, like, quietly sing them. And then I would go down to this rehearsal space that we had, which was at, like, Cherry Beach in Toronto. And Cam would record the pre-pro, which is where he heard that line. He was like, "Wow, fuck!" And he hated it.
You should have said it's just a fill. It's a fill in. I don't know what the lyrics are actually going to be, and then be like, but it's not going to be that, and then don't let him know until it like actually is done.
Well, like it really. Again, retrospectively, Cam wasn't shaving his head yet.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was still holding on to it.
Yep.
And was maybe in a bit of denial at that point.
Sure.
And I'm sure he was feeling really...
I think he'll look back on it fondly.
I'm sure he was feeling fairly insecure about his hair at the time, and this didn't help in any way.
I know often in these songs, you'll write the lyrics and then you'll come in and the music is longer and you gotta like fill in stuff, add stuff to make sure that it like everything fits.
Which is often where you'll hear me repeat the fuck out of something.
Right. So, like the sort of Picard thing at the end, that little section.
Which one?
Like the like a million other soldiers.
Oh yeah.
Like, is that a thing they were like, we need more here, and you were like, fuck, or was that originally part of it? It just felt like
that feels shoehorned to you.
No, it doesn't. Not that it feels shoehorned. It just feels like, right? Like if you are looking at the sort of the allegory of like the bar, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and then you get these. I mean, I guess like, what do you call an empty beer? Right? Like it's a dead soldier or whatever. Like,
Oh,
that
yeah,
makes
dead,
sense,
yeah.
but I was just like, is that what it was going for, or was it something different? I don't know.
So, yeah, I mean, like, that is the conclusion of it, and that is a quote from Nemesis. And that is also, it's not verbatim. It's just like the verbatim quote didn't really work. That was written that way. I wrote that in my stupid little apartment.
Okay.
And it is to just say, like, we're not special. You know what I mean?
Speak
we're not
for yourself.
special in any way. It is as meaningless and as meaningful as many other lives that have come and gone or proceed. And nothing is going to change for us. Now, I will say that pisses me off a little bit on genius.com.
Yeah.
There are 2 sections. So if you click on that on genius.com,
Yeah.
it says, quote from Star Trek Nemesis. And then it has the quote, and like 1,000 other commanders on 1,000 other battlefields, I wait for the dawn. James T. Kirk. And you've said that it was Nemesis, which is a TNG movie. Like, someone's fucking with me.
I think they are.
And now the other part
trolled.
is, there is another reference to Jean-Luc Picard in this.
Yes.
It
there
is the sometimes a knife right through your heart is exactly what you need, right? He was stabbed by a Nausicaan in a bar when he was a child, or when he was a young man. You click on that in Genius, it says Star Trek reference to Spock being stabbed in the heart as a child. Like, who did this? Who did this?
This is really good because the Nemesis quote has 3 thumbs up. Like, 3 people are like, yup.
But now this other one has 5 thumbs down.
Thumbs down. And I'm just curious, are all 5 of those you?
I wish. I will
Just
be
on
one
different
of them,
account?
unless it makes me register. No, it's going to make me
Though
sign up.
somebody did go in and correct the annotation on the Million Soldiers quote. Somebody
really?
commented and said, hey, it was Jean-Luc Picard, not James T. Kirk.
Thank goodness for T. Waterhouse.
Right? Is that you?
No. And somebody did come in the other one as well and say, pretty sure it was Star Trek TNG episode called Tapestry.
Yeah. And then we'll give credit to Matthew Rogerson. Says this is a reference to Star Trek the Next Generation episode Tapestry, where Captain Picard is stabbed through the heart in a bar brawl, an event that is revealed to be instrumental in shaping Picard's future as a Starfleet captain.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why this quote, a comment, isn't the actual comment that's the annotation to it, and the other one is not. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. So a lot of people like to talk about, like, oh, Volition is the Star Trek record,
It's not.
but Scurrilous is the Star Trek record.
Scurrilous is the Star Trek record.
And if you
You
like
know what?
Star
Both are.
Trek, you should
Both
listen
are.
to Scurrilous.
In both of those records, I shoehorn in a lot of Star Trek. Like, I'm always in a Star Trek phase in my life.
Yeah.
Phaser. But this particular phase of my life was like nonstop Star Trek all the time. And I loved it.
Was it because you were particularly lonely?
No.
What about that time in your life where you're just like, oh my God, Star Trek. Can't do anything else.
I don't know.
Girls,
I just
get it.
lived it. I mean, I was with Cage. We were living together.
Oh.
And I just watched a lot of Star Trek. I still do.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I did then as well.
You will in the future, probably, too.
And like this song is like a little bit of a... It's a little convoluted, like with all the Star Trek references. And then the discussion about this is our Versailles.
Yeah.
Like, I always wanted to write something with, this is our Versailles, and like talk about how it is a palace that was built on a literal swamp.
Yeah.
And how it's like a kingdom, but also kind of like a dump. You know what I mean? And like, I remember I thought of those lyrics while I was on my way to a KFC to get a double down.
What's a double down?
It's that thing where they put a piece of cheese and some bacon in between two pieces of chicken.
The chicken is
like,
the bun?
The chicken is the bun, yeah. And there was... I remember like walking in the summer sun, just being like, ugh, like hungover out of my mind, and being like, I know there's a KFC over here, and they just introduced that double down thing. And then I came up with all the lyrics, because I was writing at the time, and I stopped to fucking get some lunch, and I decided on something horrible that I would never eat now. And that's where I came up with, what is it? Sorry. It's the pledge your allegiance to the fucking Swamp King part.
Yeah.
Drunk as hell. I'm so drunk I can't feel a thing. Yeah, that whole Neil. This says never forming pleasantry. The lyric is kneel before me peasantry.
Yeah, don't ever form pleasantry, dude.
Yeah. Well, no, do form pleasantries.
No, don't. Kneel before me peasantry.
But I did love the idea that it was just like about being the king of drunkenness.
Yeah.
That was sort of the idea. And there's another, like, I hit a couple things in here that were just like inside jokes amongst friends, like the bad joke ghost part.
Yeah.
My friends used to do this thing where they would have like a bad joke alarm where they would go boo and it was boo, right? Like
right. Yeah.
Like the sound a ghost would make, but it was like a bad joke alarm. Nobody ever called. So it's like my friends that I am referring to here, guys like Adam Hare, Manhall, Aloar, just high school friends of mine. They wouldn't even get the reference because they never called it a bad joke ghost, I don't think.
Right.
And like we started doing that in the band. Like it was like someone would say something so stupid trying to like joke and you go boo. And it turned into in the band we started going boo boo. And then it has become a thing that happens even now where you just go ah. My throat is so dry. But you just sort of like scream and it is like understood. Like Tim does it a special way, Truk does it a different way. Tim will go yeah. And it's like the general understanding is that it's like you're a fucking loser for what you just said.
I really like that.
So that is referencing, yeah.
I like how things. I'm a huge fan of how, like, inside jokes, nicknames, things like that change over time.
Oh yeah, the evolution of a joke.
Yeah, those are some of the most fun.
Yeah,
right. It's just how they morph, and you're like, why is your friend's nickname Ister? And he's like, oh, well, because it started as this and went back to this and then this, and then it changed to this, and you know.
Yeah. And so, like, what that's like even talking about is that what matters the most is a bad joke ghost circling your bloated corpse at the end of the haunt. Is like, I don't know. You fall over drunk and your friends just go,
yeah. 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 It's like,
But-
yeah. I can absolutely see the setting in my head of this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see what it is. And it's, I think that is what draws a lot of people to protest stuff, is like, you can see the stuff that's happening in your head because we've all sort of experienced it and have gone through those same things with our friends, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you know, that is something that I try to be conscious of, is write something that, despite the fact that the overall concept might not be super apparent, that there are like a general relatability to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, I
someone
mean, I always find that protest songs have two or three layers deep, and you can relate to any level that suits you, I think.
Yeah, I think that is somewhat the attempt with some of these. But yeah, you were talking earlier about sort of having to sort of shoehorn things in because the music goes longer. And the end of it, I did not have the vocal. So we took the lyric, "This is our Versailles."
Yeah.
And True Juice and I just like fucked around in the studio for a long time. Cause I had like a fucking part where I was just going, yeah! Just saying yeah. And I was like, yo, I can't do that. That's so stupid. I was like, but this part is so sick and it needs a little vocal to break it up. And we just sort of like fucked around with "This Is Our Versailles" and found that.
Do you ever, like, for not preparation purposes, ever listen to like your own record?
Yeah. No. Like,
I was gonna say no. Like, I would have a very hard time. I have a hard time listening back to this podcast while I'm editing it.
yeah.
Like, I have a hard time hearing myself and going, what am I talking about? What is wrong with me? Like, I'm so critical of myself that I think I would have a very hard time, like, trying to objectively listen to something, an album I wrote or performed on in the past.
So yeah, my big issue is I will listen to it ad nauseum. Like right now with the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
I've listened to it a lot to find stuff that like I want to either fix or like adjust in some way. And I have like really wore myself out on it.
Yeah.
And then at some point I'm going to have to start like singing the songs in a live setting. And it's like, you just get like, it's not even a song anymore. You know, it's just like a fucking thing that exists that you do and know. Like sometimes when we put a song in the set list that we haven't put in a long time, I'll sit there and I'll fucking sing it and be just like, whoa, I don't know these words, but they are coming out of me.
Yeah.
And then also sometimes when I hear a song back that I haven't heard the recorded version of in a long time, I go like, whoa, I have been singing that so differently for so long. Like, it's not the same. I didn't even realize. Like, there's a fucking part in Sex Tapes, for instance, with the there's like a fucking weird little sort of like Blind Melon kind of melody, you know, on this recorded one.
Yeah.
And I have never done that live. Like, it was really challenging for me to find the like notes because they're like little fucking half steps that Juice had recommended. And I've completely changed it. I've never sung it like the studio I've never sung it like the studio once in the live setting. I
mean,
can't even remember what part it is.
I think like, but I mean, I think most bands and music like have to like make changes to, you know what I mean? Like to make it so that it's something that you can play night in and night out. And like,
yeah,
you might change up a guitar part here and there because it's like it took us, 2 weeks to nail recording that part, and like trying to do it that way live every single time isn't going to work. And you kind of got to modify things a little bit to fit a live setting, which I think is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to go to a show just to hear the record.
You don't?
No.
No, me neither.
I like to I want to see like the thing that makes it different, that is special to me, because it was just happened that one time and it'll never happen that way again.
Oh, I think the Ontario election just got called.
Oh no.
Guess what? We elected the Conservatives again.
Of course.
Nobody votes. Nobody votes. It's just these fucking stupid old people that think conservatives are going to fix it, despite the fact that the conservatives are breaking it.
Yeah.
Enjoy your privatized healthcare, you old fuddy-duddies. You're going to be the first people to fucking use it.
Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like
Sorry.
it. It's okay.
Somebody just sent me a message in relation
sorry
to
that you have to
hey, everybody
deal
go
with
out
that.
and vote.
I'm sorry you have to deal with that bullshit.
Oh, it's fine. You guys have a much worse situation.
When you were so you don't sing this way much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of stuff on Scurrilous is like, it's really aggressive.
Oh yeah, a lot of this song, and there's a couple others on here, which has like a very specific voice that I was using.
Yeah.
And it's really high, and I always thought of it as my Janis Joplin voice.
Sure. So is there a thing like do you have to get yourself into like a headspace to do that? Or at the time, like you were like, I was fucking young and I could fucking do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And
so I think it is that.
Yeah.
But live, I don't know, some of the grit just doesn't come through. Like I can still get to those places, not as consistently. But yeah, I also like, I don't know, I think more about like perseverance. How do you say? Perseverance, yeah, and like being able to do it the next night. So like,
yeah,
I clean a lot of stuff up live.
Yeah,
and I don't push quite as hard. Whereas that like, what matters the most is that bad joke ghost, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm all dusty in the throat for some reason.
Yeah.
But
it's from eating all that dust.
Yeah. But when you're up there and you're like pushing like that, not doing it in the healthiest way, which I wasn't at the time, I can still get there, do it, but it'll fucking blow me out.
Yeah.
I spend the whole set up there, and I'd rather just not push as hard when I'm up there, or figure out how to add which I haven't done, but figure out how to add the distortion without fucking blowing it out.
Vocal cords.
Yeah.
I think more than that is like there is a when I listen to you, there's like it's not aggression, there's like I'm fucking kind of mad. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like there's an attitude to it. And I like, to me, like I could get pissed about like something while I'm writing, or like get like I'm feeling this way about something as I'm creating it, but then like I gotta bring that emotion to it each time I go in the booth or whatever, like to record the vocal.
Yep.
And like, how do you keep that emotion like without just like, oh fuck, it's tired.
Yeah, that's a good question, bud. You know, you really just got to connect with what you're saying, because it is like it can get to a point where you're like, I am just saying these words into the microphone and I'm trying to say them as pitch perfectly as possible.
Yeah.
And like it all loses meaning. Whereas like you have to hold the meaning as hard as you can. And it's like, you know, I'm like anything but a perfect singer. So in the studio, I take it's lots of takes. And it can be hard to hold the meaning.
Yeah.
And it's also like there is a delicate balance between like putting lots of emotion in it and maintaining pitch and like actual singing.
Sure.
Like sometimes Malen, when we're sitting here, he'll be like, yo, sing it a little more.
Yeah.
Because I'll be just like yelling it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I wrote down this was just it's like, so I was listening to Tapestry, and then of course I just let the record go, and I was listening to it as I'm working on show notes and stuff for the episode, and I had a little like light bulb moment, which is
Thomas Edison's
people
mentioned.
What? A sense of magic? People don't listen to music the same way that I do. Most people.
No? How do you listen to music?
I feel like a lot of people think of bands as like fully formed at birth. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what they are.
Yeah.
And then they will exist in that plane till the end, and then it's like, okay, then they're done, and I'm gonna find the next like fully formed birthed band baby to listen to. And I think people don't have don't listen to music in a way that, or not a lot. I don't mean everyone. I'm not trying to make myself sound special. I think there are plenty of fans in every fan base that are like super nerdy about the bands that they like, and like get into stuff like that and appreciate growth and things like that. And I was going through some stuff, and like people were like, oh yeah, I like a lot of the arpeggios on Scurrilous are like the same arpeggio just in a different place, or blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, but like if you learn a new thing, right? You learn a new skill, a new technical thing that you want to apply it and you want to use it, and like, so like, do people just want musicians to just remain stagnant and not learn new stuff and not get better at their craft and just do the same thing over and over and over? Or do you want, I had this thing where I was like, yeah, of course it's gonna be a thing. Like Luke learned how to do a new thing and wanted to use it because he thought it was fucking cool. Yeah. Like that seems normal, and like, why would anybody be like, oh my God, it's the same thing. And like, that's frustrating to me that people like think of it that way, and not as like, oh, look at this cool thing he figured out how to do, and like he's showing it off.
Yeah, but in the same, they probably just don't even understand what the fuck is being like, what is happening. Like, it's conceptual in nature. It's not fucking like just using the same pattern to use the same pattern.
There's thematic things going on
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of like weird fucking shit Tim and Luke were doing, which drove them both mad. Like they did the circle of fifths in that, and they were obsessed with the like the 12 whatever it is. Like they did a whole bunch of fucking weird shit, and if it's like the same shape, it's the same shape for a reason.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was mostly the same shape for giving me a fucking nightmare. Like it is Scurrilous is such a difficult record. It was such a difficult record for me to write melody to because there was like they put such incredible effort into making the guitar like really fucking progressive in like a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
And that did not play very well as far as the composition of melodies went.
Yeah.
Like I don't blame them. I don't hold anything against them. Retrospectively, I love the record, but I remember at the time writing for it being like, fuck this.
I have a game for us.
Oh.
Now this is a little different.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like
so
you say that a lot.
How this is going to work? This is real different.
Oh my God.
Now, how this is going to work?
I hope I don't have to like see you well because you're freezing to me.
Well, you have to see me well.
I do?
Yes.
I haven't seen your mouth move once this whole podcast.
Oh no.
Like I can see you. But you're just
no. I'm just
those shows like Katie and Orby where it looks
no.
Let me see if it's better on my keep going.
What if you plug is your laptop plugged in?
Yeah, my laptop's plugged in.
Okay.
I just have this big screen in front of me that it has you on it. And I just don't have my laptop in front of me, but I think my laptop's working. Oh, no, it's not. It's freezing at the same rate.
Okay. Well, then maybe we won't play this game. Maybe we won't play this game.
Explain the concept.
We can try it. So here's this is not going to work. So the idea of the game is this. I am going to mute my mic and I'm going to make some noises.
Okay.
And you're going to look at me and you're going to go, oh, based on what your face looks like, this is the noise you're making. But if you can't see me, it's not going to work.
What if I close my eyes and you make a noise and then I make a face?
Okay.
Now let's try it.
That was going to be the other piece of this was going to have people send in their like the people that are only listening.
Yeah.
Right? Send in a video of you making the face to the noise that Rhodey makes.
Oh. Well, I can see you now. You're moving. No, you stopped. Yeah.
Okay. We might have to try this a different day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. I like the idea.
It's okay. It's going to be fun when we do it. I have a gift for you.
I have a gift for you.
Now
mine, I was just inspired to draw something today. And I thought, you know what? Fritzy will like this, I think. Maybe not.
I'm probably going to be scared of it. I'm scared of everything. I'm just a scaredy pants little boy.
For some reason, my fucking tablet is just trying to show me.
All right. So, you recently just got back from vacation.
That's true. And you did a fantastic job.
What did you bring me?
This picture.
Oh,
I made
okay.
you. What'd you bring me?
I didn't go anywhere, so I'm not obligated to bring anything home. So.
Oh my God. I sent it to this guy named Oh no! I
You
sent it to
the wrong
another
dude?
Nick. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Can you undo? Please tell me it's like the dad of one of your kids' friends.
No, no. And when you see what the gift is, you're gonna realize that this was a bad thing to send to someone who is not you.
I love this already.
Okay,
Did you undo?
I can't undo it. How do you undo
Oh my
it?
God.
How do you undo it? Is there a way?
I don't know. Wait a minute. What is happening here?
Oh wait, it's gonna let me delete it. Delete messages are moved to recently deleted. Recently deleted message will automatically be deleted after you can find. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. So what's happening there?
Yeah.
So there's three people. I don't know if you can tell who they are.
I feel like it's Gordie Howe on the left.
That's Bobby Orr.
Oh, okay. Wayne Gretzky in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know who's on the right.
That's Kevin O'Leary
Okay.
Oh,
the dude from
from Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Okay.
And that's me in the background with the guillotine.
Yeah.
So they're tied up. You can't see they're tied up, but you can see their shirts say Legends never die.
Yeah. Get washed out here.
It says Legends never die. So execute them.
Yeah.
So I'm calling for the execution.
Why Bobby
These
Orr?
three Canadians. Bobby Orr is a Trump supporting dickhead.
Oh, okay.
Took out a fucking newspaper, like a full spread newspaper to advertise for him. No doubt has contributed. And then he's also just made this written this letter on behalf of Wayne Gretzky because our entire country is mad at Wayne Gretzky.
For doing what? What's Wayne Gretzky doing?
He is also a fucking MAGA moron. Was
Yeah,
pictured at a Trump election celebration wearing a MAGA hat. And then is captain of the Canada, showed up at the fucking Four Nations Cup, and everyone was just like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Trump has written this fucking piece on Truth Social about how he could be it's basically the insinuation is that he's going to install Gretzky as our fucking leader.
Okay.
And it's Gretzky's obviously, you know what, they're traitors. Not that I am a fucking patriot, not that I am a nationalist in any way, but when our country is being our actual sovereignty is being fucking threatened.
Yeah.
You have these rich old white men that were born here, raised here, and cannot wait to fucking sell it out.
Yeah.
For money. For fucking money.
Yeah.
Fuck Wayne Gretzky, fuck Bobby Orr, and fuck Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah,
now,
I didn't
Kevin
know he was
O'Leary is
Canadian.
not a legend.
I knew he was a douchebag, but I didn't know he was Canadian.
An unelected official. He's just a fucking stupid venture capitalist who probably killed another person in a boat drinking and driving and blamed his wife on it for it.
Oh.
Kevin O'Leary fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He is
everybody
in
on Shark
the United
Tank
States
sucks.
negotiating with Trump on our behalf to try and create some kind of North American Union bullshit. And it's you don't have the fucking right. You're not an elected official. Eat shit and please fucking kill yourself. Kevin O'Leary should fucking die. When all the dust settles and we're fucking lining people up to fucking execute them for real. And in the Canadian order, Kevin O'Leary should fucking be right near the top.
I'm good.
As far as
That's
Canadians go, there's motherfuckers that'll be in there. I mean, Musk is a Canadian citizen.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought he was
There's
South
a
African.
fucking pretty significant petition to remove his Canadian citizenship, but it's not going to fucking do anything. And it's not like he'd care anyway. Musk, Peterson, fucking Kevin O'Leary. The list goes on and on.
So
When the
I was
dust
looking
settles-
at this. Yeah. I didn't recognize that the person with the guillotine was you, because this person.
Yeah, it
has
doesn't really.
brown
I was
hair.
just drawing that when
you're
you came in.
blonde.
It doesn't really look
So-
like me.
Because you're blonde and this guy has brown hair.
Sorry, I didn't realize my own picture was going to rile me up so much.
So
Let's get back to.
I sent you another episode of Houston, Ontario. It's not an episode; it's another whatever. But
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
post it on the thing. But it's in light of your trip to Ottawa. I drew the Ottawa Capitol building, the parliamentary building,
Yeah, Parliament.
and then at the hotel, Houston's running for the pool at the hotel, and then it says, "Houston, get out of the pool. We're going to the museum." And he says, "No, thanks." And then, "Houston, get out of the pool. It's time for bed. I'm not tired. Thanks, though." And then it's, "Houston, get out of the pool. We're going to the aquarium." He's like, "I'm good." And then it's, "Houston, get out of the pool. We're going home." And he's like, "No."
But then he's all shriveled up and he's like a
Yeah, he's a-
pickle.
Yeah. He turned into a raisin.
This is good. The weird part is, so we did part of our vacation. We stayed at a hotel in Toronto so that we could take him to an aquarium.
Yeah.
This looks a lot like it. Like that hallway to the pool existed.
Mhm.
How did you know that?
Because that's how every hotel pool looks like.
But
That's
the
not a
floor
sentence.
and like, you see how you've drawn these, like, it's like the hallway and then there's these two areas where it looks like it goes left and right.
Yeah.
That's where the change rooms were, like that
Yeah.
far back. I guess that's everyone.
He kept his tattoo also,
I saw that.
even when he turned into the wrinkly, pickly raisin.
I hope he gets that tattoo when he gets older.
I really hope so too.
Just like
Oh,
not even
great.
dad.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's gonna get any tattoos.
Why not?
Because I have lots.
Oh, he doesn't want to be anything like you.
I don't think so. No.
He's like, "Oh, I see this guy at my house every day and I just don't want to be like him."
I just think it's like kind of normal to rebel against everything your parents are, right?
Sure.
So that's by
Are we
me
supposed
getting.
to do that? I didn't do any of that.
You probably did a little.
I mean, I kind of played the sport my dad played and then went to the college my dad went to and then worked in the industry that my dad worked. I think I messed up.
Wait, did you go into Dink Doctoring?
Yeah. I'm a full-time Dink Doctor.
That's what I thought.
I wish. You kidding?
Yeah,
Do you know how much
money.
money there is in Dink Doctoring?
There's lots of money in Dink Doctoring.
Yeah. There are a lot of old white dudes out there
That just
A
want
lot
their
of
dink
money.
to go.
and non-functioning wangs.
If your dick stopped working.
Yeah.
What, like, I would think that means your libido just fucking drops, right? Like,
So I feel like I think there are different root causes.
mhm.
I think in some cases libido is sometimes not enough.
Really?
Yeah. And
So
that-
there's dudes out there that
that
are just
it's
like
like
horny
a-
as hell but can't get a fucking boner, so they can't
Right,
do anything
because
about it.
they also can't feel their feet. You know,
Okay.
kind of thing, like because the
You're having
blood
circulatory issues.
yeah, and the
But
blood
when-
won't go there.
Okay.
And that's like the point of what my dad did was like he inject medication that like increases blood flow to that area.
Did he inject the medication into the penis hole?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's what I thought.
That's why he had the fake wieners. But he didn't inject it. He showed the patients how to inject themselves.
Oh, he mama bird, baby birded it into their penises?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Injected it into his mouth.
Swished it up and then spit it into their
Spit it
penis
right
hole.
down the pee hole. Such a disgusting thought.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
Thank you for making me think about my dad that way.
You're so welcome, Fritzy.
Oh. Oh, man. That's going to make for an interesting Thanksgiving. Oh.
Wait, why?
Well, I got to tell my mom all about it.
Susan?
Yeah, I have to tell Susan now what you said.
Tell her it was your idea.
Oh, man. Well, I mean,
And
I
then
think that's
tell
it.
her.
Oh, what?
Tell
her
her
what?
to eat shit and go fuck
Oh.
herself. But don't do it for real!
You can also pick a picture from your
Is he she?